We went on a break and to look at what's happening in the world of sports. Folks, the public participation exercise is coming up shortly. The members of parliament have decided to involve the views of the public before or rather for the sake of entrenching. This is like the third attempt at entrenching the NG-CDF in the Constitution. Previous attempts had failed, but this is the first time public participation is being employed. The question a lot of the members of the public would have is this. First of all, what do I need to know before I put down my views on this? Number two, why now? Why this way? So let's start with you, our member from Riruta. From where you sit, why would a kawaida mwananchi participate in this process? Why should they?
I mean, one, we already noted the misappropriation of this fund. I would love to urge all the members of the public, including my constituents from Riruta and all the country at large.
Sorry, I think your mic isn't working. As we work on that, as you
Mulamba has
flip,
one,
sorry,
yeah?
okay. You can swap with Mulamba.
Okay.
Quick one. All right.
All right, great.
Actually, you had muted it. Please proceed.
Great. So
Yeah.
I'd love to urge my constituents and the Kenyans at large. One, we've already seen this misappropriation of this fund. One, we'd want as leaders, and the governance expert has just spoken and said, this thing will pass. It will pass, whatever it means. Even the High Court talking about it.
So why does it matter? Why should the citizens come?
So listen.
Yeah.
Remember, a revolution has started. That's what we've not been keen on. One, Mzalendo gives a report of how MPs are working. Two, it also gives a report of how underutilized the NG-CDF fund is. They also they have a report of this particular school was to be built in this particular area, worth 49 million shillings. But what you see there is less than 1 million, like a lady there said. Mm-hmm. So what we want to do, we want to get these reports and share it with their constituents. One, they need to understand who are those MPs who are not working, right? As he said, we might probably not be able to get this thing out right now, probably in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years. But in the end, we will still be able to get it out and put it in the right particular way. We want citizens, when they're doing the public participation, I think it's around the 5th of May to around the 9th.
Yeah.
We want them to be able to, one, realize who their MPs are, because some of them don't even know the MPs. And two, know what have they done, not just in the NG-CDF fund, but also in the oversight. What you're going to do in 2027 is we want to recall these people back. And we want to tell them, now, mzee, kaa kando kidogo, let the people who want to work for the people work until a time when we will now be able to use this fund appropriately.
You know, there's a standing court order as to that,
Yes,
as
indeed.
to what he says, yeah? And I am curious because then, besides that, the fact that 2026 is when we're supposed to have this scrapped off, reality is that there's a political aspect to it that is creeping in. And the Right Honorable Raila Odinga speaks to it for the very first time, and everybody else now has been swayed to that direction. What's interesting is that you find that, there's officially now conflicting opinions, even within the ODM party, which is not so common, that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga himself acknowledges, or Raila Odinga acknowledges that, you know what, even Raried, a member of parliament who's the sponsor of this particular bill, does not agree to his proposal. I mean, would it not be quite shaming to imagine that if this is going to be implemented, then it will be more of a political push as opposed to legal push? What does it speak about the rule of law and the nation and us abiding to it? Maybe Wakili can answer to that briefly, and then we go to Njeri and Mulamba.
Thank you so much. In the hierarchy of laws, the Constitution is supreme. After the Constitution...
Let's have the mic on.
Your mic is muted.
Unmute.
Just touch it.
Is that better?
Thank you.
It's okay now, yeah.
Now, in the hierarchy of the laws of Kenya, the Constitution is supreme. And actually, the Constitution itself pronounces that the Constitution is the supreme law, and any law that is contrary to the Constitution must be declared unconstitutional. Mm-hmm. So any law must be in accordance with the Constitution. And like I said, the Constitution is very clear on the roles of each and every level of government. Mm-hmm. The functions have well been spelled in the Constitution. For example, you cannot devolve education. There is the aspect of education that is devolved, that is the ECD. And do we give bursaries to the nursery students, the pupils? We don't. So you cannot devolve bursary to to be done by the devolved governments. Agriculture, for example, is reserved for the county government. NG-CDF Act also alludes to the same. So what we need to do is to do away with the clauses in the NG-CDF Act that are actually performed by the county governments and remain a reserve of the county government. Number two, we remove the MPs from the implementation of the fund. Let's get a body that is supervised by the executive to actually oversee this fund. Without that, even if you do how many public participations, when we eventually pass that law that is against the Constitution, we shall still go back to court and the same shall be declared a nullity.
Okay. Jerry.